Hey guys, welcome to another rebuild on the channel. This will be our third rebuild I've done so far, and today we're going to be taking over Olympique Marseille. Now you might be wondering, why do Marseille? They're fourth in the league. Well, obviously Marseille, as you can see, they were the first French club to win the Champions League. And well, have they reached their heights ever since? They haven't. They've been crowned champions 9 times, they've won the domestication 10 times. And in recent years, who have been known to be the best team in France? PSG. And who better to take them down? One of the better teams in French football right now. A team that is in 4th place, only a few points behind PSG. Obviously Lorient, Lens and Saint-Étienne are also in those positions. But I'm going to be taking over Marseille, so don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content, and let's get into this rebuild, and hopefully we don't get the same fate that happened in my Leicester rebuild. And if you want to find out what it was, go back and check that video. There's also a Fiorentina rebuild, so let's get into this one. Okay, this is how we're going to line up for season 1. As you can see, we've got the youngster Dieng up front here with Suarez, got Dimitri Payet, Cengiz Under, Klaus Mbemba, Gigo, you've got Nuno Tavares, Lopez, Guendouzi, who are making a centre, CDM, sorry. Obviously Payet and Amin Hadid. Now in this lineup we have 2 players on loan from the team, I believe. We've got Amin Hadid, who's our starting left mid currently. I'm going to sign a permanent left mid, and if we need to make him a backup left mid, I will do. And we've also Nuno Tavares as starting left back, so I'm going to make that a permanent signing as well. And I'm going to also show you what other signings we're going to make. I'm going to sell a bunch of players. We're going to sell Alexis Sanchez to bring in maybe a better striker than Suarez and see what we can do with that, or maybe just another backup for the bench. Because Suarez is Sanchez is 33, is still worth 11 million, which is decent. So I'm going to sell him and replace him with someone younger. We're going to sell Verito as well. And yeah, there's a couple of players that I might sell, and some players that I might make permanent signings. Obviously, good backup players in Kolasinac, Gay, got Balerdi, Gerson, Rongier. As you can see, no attacking backup players. So I'm going to make those signings and show you. Well, I'm just going to show you the signings we make in general. Let's cut to the team after I do all the deals we need to make. Okay, so after deadline day, this is a team we're going to run with. Now, I didn't get to make that many signs as I hoped to, because we don't have that much money here. We've only got 18 million left in the budget, and I didn't want to make a signing because I didn't know who we could bring in. You can see I brought in Gabriel Veron. He currently plays for Porto, the Brazilian, 19 years old, and an exciting prospect, converting into a left wing. You can see up to a 77. He's going to start in over Hadid because he's younger and high potential. We also are going to keep in our centre backs and full backs the same. Tavares is now left wing back, as you can see. Klaus right wing back. We've obviously kept Under. We've got a change formation, as you can see, because I thought, you know what, might as well make use of the centre mids we've got at our club. We've got Guendouzi, Gerson, we've got Rongier. You know, it'll be a shame to not use them. We've got Payet, who's currently gone down to an 81. So depending on his development this season, in terms of like how much he drops, I might have to replace him next season. I'm not too sure who I want to bring in for that position. Suarez, we're going to see how much it grows this season. 24. He's got room for growth, I could say. Obviously got Dieng on the bench, but there's a striker that I'm thinking about bringing in. I've also made Kabore a permanent signing here, and there's one transfer I've made is Ochoa. We brought him in from the free agents, and we also brought in another Mexican goalkeeper who were loaned out, because we need to sign 2 players from North America, and I thought, you know, I'm not going to spend that much money on them, and might as well bring in someone who's slightly useful. Like Ochoa is 37 years old, 80 rated, which is mental. Got Verito, who no offers came in for him the whole window, and I'm surprised he's worth 15 million, so I want to sell him. But yeah, let's show you how this team's performing in January, and yeah, if I'm making this signings, I'll show you. But if not, you'll see the league table, and then I'll cut to the end of the season. So yeah, let's get to the 1st of January. So as you can see, in January we're currently sitting 2nd place in the league table, 11 points behind PSG, which isn't too bad. We're currently doing a little bit better than Marseille doing IRL. They're in 4th place where Monaco is. Obviously less games played, so we never know where they're going to be at 19 games put in the season. But in the Champions League, which I completely forgot Marseille are in, we are in the round of 16. We got drawn up against Atletico Madrid, which I feel like is where we're going to get knocked out. I feel like that's the team that's going to knock us out, because we didn't get like a... I don't know what team we could have beat there, to be honest, but I feel like we might go out to Atletico Madrid. But we did get the quarter-final objective. That's what the board wanted us to get, so hopefully they don't like get talks that we made it to round of 16. Realistically, they shouldn't really expect me to make it to the quarter-finals, you know, with teams like Juventus, Milan, Bayern. But yeah, I'm going to show you any signs I make in this window. If not, you're going to be seeing the league table at the end of the season and the player stats. So yeah, let's just see what happens. So this is how the side is going to line up for the rest of the season. Obviously, if Fafana comes in at centre back, and we brought Marvey back from his loan because Kolasinac wants to leave due to contract disputes. When it says he's happy with his contract, he's not happy about his contract. It doesn't make any sense. We also brought in our homegrown talent here, Leon Remy, 6'2", left winger here. Looks very good. So we're going to keep him on the bench for the season. We've got 2 youngsters here. Obviously, they're going to. Well, we've got 3 youngsters ready with Kabore. But we're going to keep them on the bench for the season because they're lower rated than our starters, obviously, with Veron and Suarez. You can see the growth in this team is doing quite well for now, but let's show you how the season ends with Wesley Fofana making the switch to Marseille. Okay, so here we are at the end of the season. As you can see, we got knocked out by Atletico Madrid in the Champions League as I predicted in the round of 16, which is obviously what I predicted, and now in the final against Bayer Leverkusen, which, as you know on the channel right now, we're currently doing a Bayer Leverkusen career mode, so that's very interesting that they've got to Champions League final with season 1 with that team in the Coupe de National. We are not in the final. Where did we get knocked out? We got knocked out by Guingamp in the round of 16. I apologise if you're French watching this. Some of my pronunciations might not be the best, as I am English. So, and in the league we finished second, 11 points behind PSG, but 12 points clear of Lyon in third place. Sorry, but that is an insane season from PSG. They're 1 point off being Centurions in Ligue 1. We actually scored more goals than them and conceded less as well. So we actually are a better team. They just won more games due to having like Mbappe and Messi. But let's show you how the players have performed this season in the player stats. In season 1, we're going to look at most goals scored as Chengiz under 24 and 4 from right wing. You know, he's gone up +3 to an 82. I was going to give him this season, see how much it grows. And if he went up like to an 82 or 81, I was going to keep him for season 2. And I'm going to keep him for season 2 at right wing. Luis Javier Suarez, obviously not the Luis Suarez, the infamous one, but it's gone up +5, 21 and 1. We've got Payet 15 and 12. We're going to have to replace him next season. It's gone down -2. It's now 36 years old. Now, Gabriel Veron, his first season in League 1, went up to apply +7 to an 82. That is mental. Klaus went up to an 82 as well. Dieng 6 and 4 at the bench, not too bad. Very 2 were trying to sell him. Again, Doozy 10 assists from centre mid. He's done quite well for himself. Looks like Verity played more games than Gerson and Rongier. That's interesting. But we are trying to sell Verity. We've got a deal with Sevilla currently going through. So if he goes, I'll let you know. But yeah, Veron, some great growth here, some great performances. But let's get into season 2. Hopefully we have more than I can't remember how much money we had at the start of the season, but hopefully we get more money to improve. I think I'm going to sign a centre back and a goalkeeper. I think they're the 2 positions I'm going to do, because Mbemba, I might replace him because it's like, you know, it's not like a marquee like player, you know, to have in your team. But let me stop waffling and get into season 2. Because here in season 2 we have 89 million to spend. Okay, let's get spending that. I'm going to buy a centre back and a cam, so let's show you the deals I made once I've done them. They're going to be 2 big signings to hopefully take us to League 1 winning and Champions League contenders. Let me show you who those players are about to be. As you can see, a signing we have made is a certain World Cup winning Frenchman, Antoine Griezmann, a 32-year-old. We're going to sign him to be our cam. Now, I've been quite smart with this transfer because we've got a board objective to sign a crucial first team player to an attacking position. So I brought in Antoine Griezmann to play striker, gave him a crucial squad role, and I'm going to convert him to a cam where he's going to play the rest of the season. So yeah, he's going to be a pretty good player. He's an 83 rated player right now. I wonder if he goes up to as a high rated as a cam, but number 9, Antoine Griezmann, it's going to be great players for us to transition into a future signing of like a Szoboszlai maybe. And yeah, let's show you the team, how it's going to line up for the season. Guys, this is how we're going to go with for this season. Obviously a transfer you didn't see me make is Josko Gvardiol. I brought him in for, can't remember how much, I think it was like 68 million. We sold it and Mbemba to Spurs for 26 million, and a bunch of transfers like Milik. You can see on the bench we can have Radonjic back from his loan to be a backup left wing. Converted Remy to a right wing. Got Dieng to be a backup striker. Harit as a backup cam. Got the Rolla, we've learned that Kabore. We've got Balerdi and Rongier to be our midfield backups, and we've got just a couple of players down here on the bench or just experience. Might have to sign a couple free agents just to like build up squad numbers, or maybe I'm gonna have to do it for a squad objective or board objective. Yeah, this is the team we're gonna run with for this season. Obviously Griezmann and Gvardiol being the big changes. Let's see how the team is doing in January, and hopefully is enough to win us the league, or maybe just get us closer to PSG anyway. That's what I want this season. I want us to be in contention. As you can see, on the 1st of January, we're currently sitting 5th place, but we're only 1 point behind 2nd place in Monaco. And in the Champions League, let's see how we performed in the group. Did we make it out? We did not make it out our group. We finished 3rd place, so we're in the Europa League, which is kind of bad because our board objective was to reach the semi-finals of the Champions League. So hopefully we make it far in the Europa League. But I'm gonna make I think one big sign. We won the Trophée des Champions at the start of the season, the Coupe de National. We're in the round of 32 against Metz. Okay. So I'm gonna make a big signing in this window. I'm gonna sign a striker because Suarez is just going to take forever to grow. He's reached 81 overall, so I'm going to bring in a younger striker who can grow higher. Someone I've never used before, someone that I actually completely forgot had decent potential in this game. So let me show you who that signing is going to be in a second after I sold Suarez and made the money to make the signing. Okay, this is the team we're going to run with for the rest of the season. As you can see, I brought in Santiago Gomez, the Mexican striker from Feyenoord, 22-year-old, to be our first choice striker. Now we do have a predicament currently with Varane got injured for 3 months, so I had to play Remy in the left wing position. Now Remy is being played over him in the left wing position by being converted back to a right wing, so hopefully that sorts itself out for this season. Obviously we do have the interesting situation that Dieng and Jimenez are the same overall, so hopefully the game gives the start to Jimenez because he's younger obviously, so I do want him to have more of a chance than Dieng, but either way whoever's highest rated will start, I imagine. That's how you'd hope it to be anyway. And as you can see, I've also brought in Florian Muller to be a backup goalkeeper because Talavera and Ochoa here both about to retire. Same with Payet. We're gonna have to probably make a couple of free agent signings because we're a bit thin on squad numbers right now. But yeah, we're gonna see how we're doing by the end of the season, and hopefully we're back in the Champions League position. And hopefully we might have won Europa League. So let me show you how we end up at the end of the season. So here we are at the end of the season. As you can see, we currently sit in 2nd place. Well, we ended in 2nd place behind PSG, 9 points behind them in the Trophée des Champions. We won that against PSG at the start of the season in the Coupe de National. We actually beat Marseille in the final on penalties. In the Europa League, where did we actually finish? Didn't make it to the final. Lyon made it to the final semi-finals. We're not there. We're not in the quarterfinals. We went out 4-2 to Ajax in the round of 16. How did that happen? Did we get an injury or something, or a suspension to a big player that didn't play? As the end of the season, let me go into the player stats and show you how they performed this season. So most goals scored actually Antoine Griezmann with 35 goal involvements in 48 games. That's incredible from him. Cengiz Under did quite well for himself. Guendouzi. As you can see, Jimenez got injured. Interesting. So hopefully that hasn't ruined him too much, because either way, it's going to be a good backup striker to Dieng. What rating is Dieng at? 79, and Jimenez is 80. I'm going to see what Jimenez's potential or Dieng's potential is going to be next season in terms of like, well, how long it's going to take them to grow. Jimenez, how long is he out for? 2 months. Jeez. Okay, so we might have to sell Jimenez, unfortunately. Did really want to use him in this, so maybe I have to use him in a different video. Gabriel Veron also got injured this season. So Loic Remy played a lot of games as well as Rodon Jutsu. Actually did quite well for himself, to be fair. Guendouzi again doing quite well from centre mid. Yeah, that's end of season stats. Let's go into the next season. Okay, so this is the start we're going to run with for this season up until January anyway. Griezmann's gone down by 1 already, so depending if he goes down by like 2 or 3, I'm going to replace him in January. We brought in Nadia Mameri to be the backup to the cam spot. We've also brought in David De Gea to be our first choice goalkeeper. Bought him for like 20 million, obviously 87 rated, 33 years old now. He's going to be a pretty good goalkeeper for us for like a season or 2. Yeah, just hoping the rest of the team grows. I might replace Gerson either probably next season. I'm going to replace him if he doesn't grow to like an 84 or something like that. Yeah, this is what we're going to run with till January. Let me show you how we're doing in January, and hopefully we're doing well in the Champions League and in the league. So here we are in January, and we're currently in 2nd place behind PSG, 4 points behind. We've lost 5 games and then drew 1. So we're kind of in the opposite season to them. The Trophée des Champions, we won that. In the Champions League, how are we doing? We've made it out of the group stage. Love to see it. We're up against Dortmund now. We finished 2nd in our group, 4 points behind Real Madrid. But yeah, I'm going to make a big signing for this. I'm just going to show you the signings I'm going to make right now. So as you can see, I brought in Kone for our centre mid position. For some reason, he's not playing over Rongier, which I hate in this game, man. Let's play the highest rated player if they're available. Klaus is playing, Fofana isn't playing for some reason. I mean, he's got 75 sharpness, so he's playing, but Nianzou for some reason is playing over Fofana. I'm not too sure. I signed Nianzou because Balerdi got injured for 3 months, so we needed a backup centre back. So I signed him from Celtic for 30 million. We brought in Kone here for centre mid. So we're gonna see how this team is doing at the end of January, and if we aren't doing too well, then maybe I make like 3 big signings next season, which will probably be a striker, a cam, and depending on Klaus's development, a right back. So yeah, let's see how we're doing at the end of the season. At the end of the season, we finished 11 points behind PSG. We were top of the table at 1 point, but we went on a bad streak. As you can see, we lost 4 more games this season and drew quite a few. And PSG just unreal, 98 goals scored. That's unreal. The Trophy de Champion, we won again over PSG on penalties, so we're clearly better than them in that competition. And in the Coupe de National, we beat Stade Rennais 4-3 on penalties, so clearly penalties are in our favour. In the Champions League though, we didn't get to the final. Milan beat City in the final, okay. We made it to the quarterfinals. We lost to Leipzig by 1 goal. 2-2 we drew the final game, but we lost 4-3 in aggregate. That's just unfortunate. And let's go into the squad hub and show how the team performed in terms of stats. You can see Dimitri Payet is about to leave. He's 69 rated at this point. Wanted to keep him as much as possible. Antoine Griezmann again doing well for himself. Considering this is one thing I wish that would work is like, let's say Antoine Griezmann in real life is 34 and is doing numbers like that. He's not going to go down, like, you know what I mean? He's not going down in his overall. He's still a very good player. Like 28 goals scored and 9 assists from Cam is unreal. Like in real life, Antoine Griezmann, people would be saying like, "Oh, this guy's going to go for like another 2-3 years." But in FIFA, I'm going to replace him next season because it's going to continue growing. Not growing. It's going to continue going down. One player who's revived himself is Santiago Gomez though, 22 and 4, and same with Ron. These two suffered huge injuries in this rebuild, but they've brought themselves back. And yeah, let's go into the next season. Hopefully, I'm going to make possibly a very big signing for centre back because for some reason, let me just show you this. Where's Nianzou? He's played 18 games. We're selling Balerdi. For some reason, Wesley Fofana just doesn't get played at centre back. I don't understand why. So we're just going to sell him next season. I did want it to be him and Gvardiol as our 2 centre backs, but it's what it is. We're going to have to sell him and yeah, bring in another centre backs. Let's get into next season and show you who that's going to be. Okay, so the first centre we're making is we're going to buy Ibrahima Konate, buying him from PSG, so we're actually weakening our rivals in the process in Ligue 1 and obviously in the Champions League as well. He's going to be brought in to replace Wesley Fofana. We're going to sell him because he isn't going to grow anymore, so him and Gvardiol are going to be our 2 centre backs, and we're also going to buy a world class cam. So let's show you who that's going to be after we see Konate lift and wear and put on the Marseille shirt. And our second signing off this season is going to be the Hungarian cam Dominik Szoboszlai to replace Antoine Griezmann. Sold Griezmann to Leverkusen, and we're brought in Szoboszlai for 100 million from Real Madrid. He should take us to our next level along with Konate. And they're the 2 signings we're going to make for this season. Let me show you how the team's going to line up and cut to possibly at the end of the season. So this is the new look team, also with Szoboszlai and Konate in. This team looks incredible. Surely this team is going to win League in this season. The only downside is Jimenez and Klaus. I want to give Klaus 1 more season. He's 32. So if we don't do it this season, I think we're going to replace Klaus. I did want to do it with him in the team, and same with Jimenez, but if we don't at least reach the final of the Champions League and win the league, I think I might replace them both. But yeah, let's see how we're doing at the end of the season. Okay, so here we are, end of the league season. I'm going to do the league table last. As you can see, we won the Trophy de Champion, as we keep doing, but we didn't actually win the Coupe de National this time, which is really weird because usually we do quite well in that. In the Champions League, where did we get to? Okay, we're not in the final, it was in the El Clasico final, you know. Okay, we made it to the semi-finals. I think next season we make 1 or 2. We'll make 2 big signings, a striker and a right back, and we're gonna win it next season. I think next season is a season where we'll win the league if we haven't won it this season, and the Champions League. But that's very weird. Both games finished the exact same. That's very weird when you think about it. In Ligue 1, where did we finish? We finished 3rd. 7 points behind Monaco. Okay, so yeah, next season is a season we do well, and let's go into the player stats and show you how the team is done. Well, Dominic Szoboszlai, 54 goal involvements in 53 games from Cam, you know. As in Gabriel Varane, also doing quite well for himself, 21 and 12. Guendouzi, 16 and 12 from centre mid. Jimenez, 10 and 2. We're going to sign a better striker next season. Varane doing well for himself, the scout feature, not scout feature star, but you know what I mean. Where's, I want to know how many games Konate played, because, where is he? Okay, De Gea's gone down in overall, but I think he should be alright. Javadio isn't happy about his contract, and you give him a new one. He played 51 games. Okay, Konate, 45 games. Okay, yeah, they both played quite a lot. Kone, how many games did he play? Only 29. Who played over him? Other centre mids, Guendouzi, Rongier, how many games did he play? 38. So I'm going to sell Rongier next season. I signed just a lower rated centre mid, so Kone gets the game time. But yeah, next season it's going to be the season I think we will win everything, because Szoboszlai is going to be unreal, Varane will be unreal, Guendouzi, and our striker we're going to buy, and right back we're going to sign is going to be unreal. So let's get into that season. As you can see, we made two big signings. We brought in Reece James and Amanda Broja to be our first choice right wing back and striker. We're going to sell Dieng and keep him in, as we sold Kabore, to bring in Reece James as well. We spent quite a lot of money on both of these two players, so hopefully they perform for us. And yeah, hopefully this season is the one where we win the Champions League. So let's cut to the end of the season and show you how this team's doing. Okay, so we won the league, but in the Champions League, which I'm going to show you real quickly, we got knocked out in the round of 16, I believe it was, or the quarterfinals. Well, round of 16 by AC Milan. We actually made it to the finals in the end, but it's because David De Gea got injured, and yeah, we had to play Florian Mullet in our goal, which didn't work out for us. Luckily, we still managed to win the league though. De Gea is still injured. He's gone down to an 85 overall. So I'm going to need to buy a new goalkeeper next season. I was planning to do that anyway. Let's show you the player stats, and hopefully I don't get fired because my job is in the red. Despite me winning the league, you know, it's what it is. It's FIFA 23 objectives. Okay, Dominic Szoboszlai continues his amazing run of form in this team. Gabriel Varane got injured at one point in the season. Jimenez played more than Broja, interesting, and actually performed better. Guendouzi 11 and 11. Like, I keep calling him Loic Remy, which is a name I haven't heard in so long. It's Leon Remy. Up to an 89 now, he looks insane. Reece James 7 and 9 from wingback. So we've had a pretty decent season in terms of like players like doing quite well, like Szoboszlai, just 63 goal involvements in 50 games. That's unreal. Yeah, we're gonna hopefully make it to next season. If not, then that's gonna be 2 rebuilds I've done, or I'm gonna get fired for no reason. So as you can see, this is how we're going to run with for this season. It could be the final season, because we've brought in 2 big players. We brought in Mike Magnan to be our first team goalkeeper. We also brought in Alan St. Maximin to be on the bench. We also brought in Naby Keita last season when I sold Rongier. Obviously didn't show that. Yeah, we're looking to sell players like David De Gea, and yeah, just going to keep this side probably how it is if we don't sell De Gea, because obviously we have Florian Muller. So yeah, we're going to keep the team how it is, I think. And yeah, I'm going to cut to you at the end of the season, where hopefully this team is champions of the League 1 and champions of Europe, and we'll get to play the Champions League final with this team. Because here we are at the end of season 6, we're going to finish in 3rd place in League 1. Did we win Trophy des Champions? Yes we did. We beat Strasbourg at the start of the season, Coupe de National. We're not in the fun of that. How have they got there? How have they got there? They beat Strasbourg, okay. Where did we go out? We went out to Lyon, who then went out to Strasbourg. But in the Champions League, is this going to be the season where we make it to the final and finally get to use this team we built? And we are in the final. Olympique de Marseille are in the Champions League final 2028 up against Inter Milan. Our road to the final, finished top of our group. We had Celta Vigo, Chelsea and Salzburg in our group. So a very hard group in there. Surprised to see Celta Vigo in the Champions League. But fair play to them. In our round of 16, we had a dramatic comeback against Bayern Munich. 4-3 in the second leg, well 4-0 in the second leg. That was probably an insane game to watch if you're a Marseille fan, and a horrible one for Bayern Munich to watch. In the quarterfinals we won 1-0 over Juventus to finish 3-2 in aggregate, and in the semi-finals we beat Napoli 4-3 in aggregate. So let's get into the Champions League final and hopefully lift the iconic trophy.
Everyone in the football world has UEFA Champions League final. Welcome to the commentary box. Derek Ray here, joined by Stuart Robson. It's Inter versus Marseille.
Well, Derek, we've got some of the world's top players out there tonight. So,
Look at the Inter team. Marc-Andre ter Stegen stands between the posts. Nicolo Varela plays alongside Rodri in the centre of midfield. And so many different ways to configure an attack. In this case, it'll be two men up front. And this is the lineup for Marseille.
Guendouzi into Remy, the homegrown talent. Amanda Broya, and Marc-Andre ter Stegen makes the save. Okay, Kone, the man with the blue hair. It's through from Szoboszlai into Kone, and it's straight out to Stegen. Here's where it is. Roger misplaces the pass and Kone stops him. Now we're through here to Broya. Broya over the top of the Stegen. And Amanda Broya puts his Wonder up in the Champions League final with a brilliant finish, a brilliant through ball. And we're sick in midfield. Needs us to counter attack. And Broya, a ball over the top from Szoboszlai. And it's an easy finish. No, not ball over the top, sorry. Ball through the binnel and a shot over the top of the Stegen. Fantastic from Kone into Szoboszlai into the fantastic finish from that man, Amanda Broya. Julian Alvarez, the former Man City man, linking up with his Argentinian teammate Lautaro Martinez, who are Inter, Moussa Diaby now. Gets it over to Benassi. Oh, it was Gnabry there with Reece James. Okay, now Lautaro Martinez. Can you sit back Magnon? No, he can't. And Inter Milan faithful. Oh man, he's been into this whole time in this chroma, I imagine. Lautaro Martinez puts him back level. I thought if I brought Magnon out, I could block the shot. And he'd get an easier save, but Lautaro Martinez waited for the perfect opportunity and put the ball in the back of the net. And we're back level. Reece James into Szoboszlai, out here to Remy. Remy now. Reece James up in a good cross, back stick towards Varane. And that's a fantastic save from ter Stegen. Varane cuts inside. Varane from range, why not? I wanted to Javella on the opposite foot, but he went for the no-look finesse from range, and if that went in, that would have been incredible. Can we deal with these guys here? Reece James. And they whip it in, but Mike Magnon makes a great save to deny. Lautaro Martinez is second. We're going to try play this over here to Varane. Can Varane get that? No, he can't because it's cleared by ter Stegen. A great win there from Guendouzi. Good pressure. Szoboszlai now. Szoboszlai from range. Dominic Szoboszlai. ter Stegen makes a good save, but now from this corner, what can we do? Remy to put this one in. Remy into the box. Can he get his head on that? No, he can't. It's out to Guendouzi though. Back out here to Remy. Whipping another cross, it's blocked. And the chance is probably over now. And Kone now, why not? Kone from range, and it's just wide. And brought on for Gnabry. And it's done quite well there. It's not what we want to see, but Chavario does it. It's injured him. Is it she just came on? That's not what Inter want to see, Barella. I know it's got back up. Okay, but Gabriel Varane comes back and deals with that. Now Varane, the man who plays for Porto, coming down the wing now. Bursting down the wing here, showcasing his pace. Whips it into the back stick to Remy, and that was awful. Oh, great work, Guendouzi. Now Remy through here to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai makes it 2-1, 81st minute. A great win from Guendouzi in midfield. And Dominic Szoboszlai, number 7, 92 rated, a Hungarian cam, puts us up. He's got an assist and he's got a goal now. It's a great finish from him. It's a great through ball from Remy. And now the captain has put us a goal up here. Can you win that, please? Yes, Tavares. Gabriel Varane, you need to get a goal.
taking into account all the
Oh, Varane, that is incredible. Varane, that was incredible.
Well, good clean catch by the keeper.
That deserved a goal. That little bit of skill there. That deserved to go in the top right corner. But looks like we're about to be crowned.
Jeremy. On the ball, Zaniolo.
If he can. There we go. We're going to be crowned Champions League champions. Olympique Marseille win their second Champions League title in their history. You can see what it means to the players. Nuno Tavares, a very good left back. Broya and Szoboszlai, the 2 goal scorers for us. Lautaro Martinez came close to making it 2-1 for Inter at one point, but it was a great save from Magnon. Kone in midfield was incredible. The whole team felt amazing. From defence to midfield to attack, and goalkeeper obviously. But in 2028, 6 seasons later, and we started to rebuild, we are going to lift that iconic trophy. And Dominic Szoboszlai, the man who won it for us with his 82nd minute goal, is going to lift the title. So we've got, I believe, like 5 or 6 French players in our team in the first team 11, and quite a few on the bench. So I wanted to have a predominantly French side. And Dominic Szoboszlai, I'd recommend you use him in FIFA. He is so good. I'm probably going to sign him in a Chromate at some point. Probably my next series. I don't know who it's going to be yet because we only just started the Bayer Leverkusen one. But hoping this Marseille rebuild. We've won the Champions League title. And it's been a long journey. 6 seasons, like I mentioned. So on the verge of being fired at the start of the season, but I got given a second chance. And the board let me go. Let me keep the job, sorry. And I've done exactly what they wanted. We didn't win the league, we didn't win the Coupe de Nationale, but we'll win the Champions League. Here you go, here is the squad that has done it. Obviously our homegrown talent there, Javadio, Reece James, a couple of additions this season and throughout the whole time. To end the video, we're going to look at the player stats in Dominic Szoboszlai. 37 goal involvements, it's just incredible. Only 27 and 92 rated. If I carried on this save, this man would go to, I don't even want to think of what overall he's going to be. Some of this man, Gabriel Veron, 2580 at rated. Jimenez in a similar position. For some reason Jimenez did play more. In the end, he only played 1 game more, but he actually performed better than Broya. Kind of said that he wasn't our main striker for the whole thing because obviously he got injured and then he didn't get game time over Dieng, and then that stunted both their growth. So I had to bring a Broya in the end, but Jimenez brought himself back. Same with Veron. Remy did quite well for himself, the homegrown talent. Kone, I would recommend him very highly. And you want a box-to-box destructive midfielder. Same with Guendouzi. That's what I wanted in this save. I wanted 2 midfielders who were box-to-box. I didn't want a CDM and a box-to-box midfielder. I wanted 2 to be box-to-box midfielders, and they were both exactly that. So yeah, that's going to call it for this video. So obviously don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. And yeah, check out for content on my channel. There's there's a Man City Chrome mode. I've already done 2 seasons of that. If you want to go check that out, there's a Bayer Leverkusen Chrome that I'm currently running on my channel. There's obviously the 2K22 Universe mode that I'm also doing, which I'm uploading kind of sporadically every now and again. I kind of wanted to do it every other day, but due to the Bayer Leverkusen Chrome mode doing quite well for me in terms of views and like likes and stuff like that, I decided to keep that going as our main upload right now. Until that starts to drop off a little bit, then I'll bring in 2K22 more and more as we build. Probably will we be at, I don't know where we'll be in the universe by the time this is uploaded, because I'm recording this on the Wednesday and it's going to go up on the Saturday or Sunday, so we might be at the SummerSlam pay-per-view by then. Yeah, I'm going to stop waffling and end this video. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.